Okay, Jonathan, I would love for you to tell me the story that you told me earlier today because what you said, your response was so eloquently said, and like I have the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day,
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so.
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, "Yo, what you doing with that white boy?" And I said, "Excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So do
Look
not
at, yeah,
judge anyone.
do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color,
That's right.
or be, well, you know the word, to other people.
Exactly.
Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life, and then you will feel bad for the people that you were mean to.
Okay. Well said. Very proud of you, young man.
Thank
Yo, Black Daddy, can I go outside?
I'm a white child and I have a black mama.
I love her very much. They're like, why are you different colors from your mom?
Are both legally the children of Francis Mark. Congratulations. You want to be adopted by Miss Mark today?
Some of the people that we were with were not nice.
They hurt us in ways that we shouldn't touch and hurt, and it was really hard.
After the last return, they had been traumatized so much, I was like, that's it. That's it. They're going to be mine now.
You want me to help you?
We were never cared for in the right way. Cared for us and let us know that we were special to her.
Yes, they are all officially mine.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Now guys, white kids who have been raised in black homes, they have decided to come out and share their stories. They are sharing how the black homes treated them, how they felt loved, how they felt accepted, how they experience the black joy, and how they are comfortable even in those homes. And also they are also sharing how the white people treated them out there when they tend to interact with them when they have the black parents. Now guys, I want you to watch this video and see how these white kids, they are coming out defending black people and how they are sharing the experience with black people. Watch this, then I'll be back with more comment.
I saw that you were raised by a black woman. Is that correct?
Most of my homes and group homes were black. Like, I can't say, like, I know I'm white. At the end of the day, I'm white. You see my color? All that. But white people didn't like me. It was really weird. Like, most of the homes that accepted me was black.
Mm-hmm.
And I never understood why. I was just like, okay, cool. I never really cared. As long as I was somewhere where there's love. Love has no color. So that woman took me in, and I literally owe her my whole world. Like, I'm gonna give her everything. Like, she took me in when nobody else did, you know? So
This is actually a really good question. In fourth grade, I moved into a new neighborhood basically, and at the same time, another family was moving into a house, couple houses down and around the corner, and they ended up being my second family. Like, they accepted me even though I was some white kid, right? This black family moved in. I was some white kid with glasses, chubby, kind of nerdy, right? Moved in, and they accepted me into their home, fed me, had me over for sleepovers, loved me just like their own children, right? And I meet my best friend and his two older brothers who are my brothers too. His mom's basically my mom, his aunt's my aunt, his grandma my grandma, right? You know, his cousins are my cousins, right? And there's just a different love there, and so I'm so very thankful that I met them. And so ever since fourth grade, I've grew up with them, went to school with them my whole life, and been very close to them. They are my family. And so one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what I speak about is because when people you love and people you care about go through things on a daily basis and their life is in more danger because of the color of their skin, it pisses me off. It makes me passionate to do everything I can to change the world.
Growing up, my best friend came from a mixed family. Her mom was white, her dad was black, and they had several children together. Her dad was my basketball coach, and I fell in love with their family and all of the kids, and their home became my safe space. I was there all the time, for days at a time, and especially on the weekends. So that meant that they would inevitably end up dragging me along wherever they were already planning on going. And every Sunday, that meant that they were going to church. Specifically, they were going to an all-black church. Every week that I went, myself and her mom were the only white people there. And I loved going to church with them every week. I loved the people, I loved the culture, I loved the faith traditions, I loved the way that they were so kind and accepting. They never made me feel weird for being there. They just greeted me every week with a big "Hello, Sister Sarah," and a hug. Growing up, there's nothing that could have given me a more rich experience than being surrounded by diversity and by different culture than mine. It made me better. And in that particular situation, it was extremely beneficial for me to experience what it felt like to be the minority in the room. So many people choose to hate simply because they've never been exposed to the richness and the beauty of others' cultures. To me, there's nothing more incredible than learning from and embracing one another. Our diversity is beautiful, it makes us better, and it's nothing to fear.
I was the only white boy there. They made fun of me, you know, I'm white boy, I'm young, I look like Opie. They had a lot of jokes to tell. So.
Were you a little guy or were you a big dude at that time as well?
I was always decent size because my daddy had me working at a young age. My pops, he taught me how to build houses and roof. So I was into that type of field, and so I'd always had a little size on me, you know, shoulder-wise, but I was skinny.
Did it put you into the perspective of having to like defend yourself more aggressively because you were the only white kid or one of the only white kids?
100% for sure. Yeah, you know, when you're a white boy at the school, they didn't want to accept you at that time. You know what I mean? Especially everything going on in the world at the time it was happening. You know, and by me coming out of the into a whole new world, you know, like I had to make sure that you know, early on, my daddy had me watching a lot of John Wayne flicks and mafia movies.
Okay.
So I kind of just, I don't know. I didn't want to work. I wanted to join a gang. Kind of weird to say, but I was kind of attracted to that lifestyle at an early age.
Why I see that? I say you rooted in it.
I'm the only white person in my family.
Oh, you the only white person in your family?
Yeah. I got 3 black brothers. Black pops.
You got 3 black brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like?
You get judged a lot when you grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to test you. They want to try you.
You was raised in a dope hole, huh?
Yeah, they wonder why these YCs get so hot.
So I need to tell you guys something, Aurora. So today I got, okay, hold on, I'm gonna open it in a second. I got an email today and it said that Maymay is officially
adopted.
Yep.
Yay! Maybe you're adopted. You're a Dorsey now. Now your name is Addison Maylin Dorsey.
So guys, I hope you have watched those compilations of video and you have listened to how these white kids, they have decided to come out and share their experience living with black people living in the black homes. And also I want to play you some of the videos of how white kids, they are also coming out and defending black people about how the racism, how black people have been going through racism and how the system, it has been always against black people. Now guys, watch this, then I'll be back with more comment.
My name is Daniel Mattingly, and apparently this school doesn't know better than to give an angry gay kid a microphone. No shade at all, but I came to the graduation planning to give a speech about my trauma influencing me as a person. And black, brown, and mixed youth are facing oppression nowadays and being forced to fear their own identities. I had a speech ready to cheer on and encourage oppressed youth, which makes up the entirety of the school. I was told by Mr. Dawson and Miss Imes, there's a time and a place. My speech is too negative, it's too controversial. This school is built on racism, sexism, and homophobia. I encourage everyone here today to stand up for yourself, even if it makes a scene. This school is fucking ridiculous.
Black people are not treated fairly as white people. It's not fair. Are we white people? Yes, we are.
The relief on that young man's face when he found out that he was a white person, incredible. And I don't know about you, but when he said, phew, I felt that so much. And it's such an incredible thing to witness how easy it is to acknowledge your privilege with a simple phew. That child will put an end to racism, and he is now my white ally.
I know this pain firsthand. I grew up around the system. I've seen its cracks. I've seen its blind spots, and I've seen its devastating consequences. And today, my own siblings remain caught in the very system that once failed me. Mr. Speaker, the scars of a broken childhood never fade. Children in our care do not need sympathy. They need action. The damage is already done, but we still have time. Time to rewrite the future for every child who still hopes for safety, for love, and for a home.
If you seriously believe the 13% of the population and 50% of the crime, you need to get fact-checked, and I'm about to do it to you. In 2016, white people committed 70% of the convicted crime, and black people only committed 27%. Then in 2017, white people committed 68% of the reported crime, and black people only committed 26% of it. And in 2024, white people committed 53% of the reported crime, while black people only committed 25%. So this narrative on 13% of the population, 50% of the crime is wrong. You know who actually commits 50% of the crime? White people. But guess what stat black people are 13% of the population and 50% in? Exonerations. You know, when they're wrongly convicted, all you're doing by spreading this fake fact is allowing more people to profile and be racist towards black people. You know what's the highest percentage of people who are victims of white people? Black people. And if you look at all the shootings, guess who are the shooters? White dudes. So let's all think long and hard on who actually commits 50% of the crime.
Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry. I have started life at the top of a ladder while you were born on the first rung. I say now that I would change places with you in an instant, but if given the opportunity, would I? Probably not, because to be honest, being privileged is awesome. I'm not saying that you and me on different rungs of the ladder is how I want it to stay. I'm not saying that any part of me has for a moment even liked it that way. I'm just saying that I fucking love being privileged and I'm not ready to give that away. I love it because I can say fucking and not one of you is attributing that to the fact that everyone with my skin color has a dirty mouth. I love it because I don't have to spend an hour every morning putting on makeup to meet other people's standards. I love it because I can worry about what kind of food is on my plate instead of whether or not there will be food on my plate. I love it because when I see a police officer, I see someone who's on my side. To be honest, I'm scared of what it would be like if I wasn't on the top rung, if the tables were turned and I didn't have my white boy privilege safety blanket to protect me. If I lived a life lit by what I lack, not what I have. If I lived a life in which when I failed, the world would say, told you so. If I lived the life that you live. When I was born, I had a success story already written for me. You were given a pen and no paper. I've always felt that that's unfair, but I've never dared to speak up because I've been too scared. Well, now I realize that there's enough blankie to be shared. Everyone should have the privileges that I have. In fact, they should be rights instead. Everyone's story should be written, so all they have to do is get it read. Enough said. No, not enough said. It is embarrassing that we still live in a world in which we judge another person's character by the size of their paycheck, the color of their skin, or the type of chromosomes they have. It is embarrassing that we tell our kids that it is not their personality, but instead those same chromosomes that get to dictate what color clothes they wear and how short they must cut their hair. But most of all, it is embarrassing that we deny this, that we claim to live in an equal country in an equal world. We say that women can vote. Well, guess what? They can run a country, own a company, and throw a nasty curveball as well. We just don't give them the chance to. I know it wasn't us 8th grade white boys who created this system, but we profit from it every day. We don't notice these privileges, though, because they don't come in the form of things we gain, but rather the lack of injustices that we endure. Because of my gender, I can watch any sport on TV and feel like that could be me one day. Because of my race, I can eat at a fancy restaurant without the waitstaff expecting me to steal the silverware. Thanks to my parents' salary, I go to a school that brings my dreams closer instead of pushing them away. Dear white boys, I'm not sorry. I don't care if you think the feminists are taking over the world or the Black Lives Matter movement has gotten a little too strong, because that's bullshit. I get that change can be scary, but equality shouldn't be. Hey, white boys, it's time to act like a woman, to be strong and make a difference. It's time to let go of that fear. It's time to take that ladder and turn it into a bridge.
I know I don't understand your experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have never had to live it.
Come on now.
I can sympathize, and I can recognize when things are wrong.
That's right.
For instance, if a black man or woman should never be afraid for their life for getting pulled over for speeding.
Come on now.
But I have never lived in that fear.
Come on now. Come on.
No black man or woman should ever be reluctant to walk outside for fear of racial profiling.
Tell it.
But I have never been racially profiled.
That's right. Come on now.
No black man or woman should ever expect to go to jail in their lifetime because of the color of their skin.
Come on now.
But I have never lived in that expectancy.
That's good.
And this is why I don't believe in the phrase, I don't see color.
That's right.
One, to say you don't see color is a lie. We're different. We can all see that. But two, and way more importantly, to deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Come on. Yeah.
I'm going to say that again because I think it's worth repeating. To deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my next point. To deny the differences in our color is to promote ignorance. Ignorance is the reason that systemic racism and oppression is allowed to exist in this country.
That's good.
So why am I here? Why am I up here speaking?
Come on now. Tell them, sister.
I'm going to talk on about three things. One of those is change, the other is ignorance, and one is discomfort. I'll get there.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Broadly speaking, why am I here? Because I want change. But let me speak on that for a second. Because I think a lot of people want change. I think a lot of people say they want change, but let me clarify. I think a lot of white people think they want change.
Come on.
But here's the thing about that. In order for there to be a true and genuine change, for you, for the black community, for people of color, there has to be an equal and requited amount of change for white privilege.
That's right.
And that is something that white people don't want to think about. They don't want to admit that. White people don't want to acknowledge the head start we have in life just for being born this color. You know what? That is willful ignorance.
Put it on front line.
Willful ignorance is what allows oppression to continue in this country.
Together we stand. That's it.
So I'm going to talk on ignorance for a second. I think one of the biggest things that allows ignorance to continue is our education system.
There it is, baby.
Yes, ma'am. Our education system.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I mean by that is our education is a white man's education.
It is.
It is a white man's history.
Yes, ma'am. Tell it.
Why does that matter? Again, like I said, I can recognize when something is wrong. And that is wrong. Why? Because when you tell that history, the history that excludes black history and black culture and the black experience, you allow white people to think that nothing is wrong. And when that happens, you allow white people to think, well, it was bad back then, but it's not bad now. Hell no.
That's right.
It's bad now. In fact, some might say it's worse because this is systemic oppression. This is institutional oppression. This is oppression that is not overt, but it is just as powerful, and we are able to hide it. And I have more to say. If you want to hear all of it, please come out Saturday.
We'll be there.
Thank you. We appreciate it. But just know the reason I'm here is because I stand by you.
I support you. I love each and every one of you out here. We are brothers and sisters to the day we die. And this is not my time to have my voice heard, but I will use my voice for you. I promise.
Thank you. Something? Is that okay? Okay. Which one of these baby dolls is your favorite? This one? I knew you were gonna say that. What's her name? Lilac? That's pretty. What about her name? Ava. If I was to ask you, are they different? Do they look different?
They're both my girls.
They're both your girls? What makes them look different though? What makes them look different? How do they look different?
Her has a hat and her has hair.
Oh, she has a hat and she has hair. Oh, okay. So as you can see, she doesn't see color in these two baby dolls. She only sees two little girls. Parents,
Yeah.
stop picking toys for your kids.
Yeah.
Let them pick their own, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, racism isn't born, it's taught.
My own personality. I'm a strong black woman.
So, after a very brief but very careful consideration and deliberations, the Black Council would like to make the following trades for this little princess. Candace Owens, Kanye West, Paris Denard, Clarence Thomas, Larry Elder, and Jesse Lee Peterson. Bonus trade for Rachel Dolezal. Y'all can have her trifling ass back.
We, the white delegation, respectfully decline your initial trade offer on the grounds that it seems a little lopsided. Candace and Kanye would be a PR nightmare for us. And with respect to Rachel Dolezal, we don't really know what to do with her. We are willing to consider a trade agreement where you keep all the people that you named, but you agree to invite us to one cookout a year. In return, we agree not to bring anything containing raisins. And how is that even necessary? The raisins don't even go in that. In return, you don't have to eat anything containing raisins. We would also like to know the secret ingredient used in Miss Linda's Yakima and Larry Reeves's sauce. We promise we won't tell anyone what. It's not fucking raisins. You've got to let this go. Please let us know if this trade is agreed.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school, and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I will never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin? To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and I'm privileged and pointing out our irreversible differences, I've never noticed race more. and it's becoming the first thing I notice when I meet someone, which has never before been the case. RHS administration confidently told me that RHS students and staff are happy with their equity statement, but from my experience in talking with other students, this is not the case. I know many kids who disagree with their teachers, but they're too scared to stand up because they're worried that their grades will be docked and their learning experience will be affected. My honors government teacher, I'm not going to say his name, but he's mentioned that Democrats care more about all people while Republicans only care about themselves. And he's also inferred to us that socialism is better than democracy. He even had a statue. He had a statue of a socialist leader in his classroom. I've been told by a lot of kids that they just stay silent and adjust their schoolwork to reflect an acceptable opinion to secure a good grade. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. There is clearly only one way to think in this district, and that is that they are teaching their kids to shut up if they don't agree. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? A fellow coworker at my job, who by the way is of color, discreetly told me that the schools seem to be pushing a very leftist agenda in class. This proved that not everyone is happy with your school, and not everyone who isn't happy is white. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I've decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online. And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless of how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer, but I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs, and it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
This one to my homegirls. If I told you I stopped fucking with him and you check my location and I'm at his house, whoop-de-fucking-do. If I told you I stopped fucking with him and you see us out to eat, you see his name pop on my motherfucking phone, whoop-de-fucking-do, bitch. I can't leave him alone.
So guys, I hope you have watched those compilations of video, and also you have seen how white kids have decided to come out and also said how the challenges and the struggle that black people have been also facing through in America. You have seen the first video of how black kids, how they are coming out and share the experiences with black people. You have listened to how they feel loved. You can see how they have come out and see how they are feel accepted with black people. You can see the kind of treatment that they've been getting from the black homes, and this is to tell you that right now they're coming out and realize that all the things that other people that have been saying about black people, that black people that the problems, black people cause all the problems, black people that the ones who are so many in jails, black people that the ones who have been doing all they've been brought in all the problem in America. So these white kids, they're coming out and prove that black people, they are not birds, because you can see how they are coming out and sharing how they feel more safer when they are in black homes. And also you have watched the second video and you have listened to how these white kids, they have come out and decided to share, to come out and say how the challenges and the struggle that black people that are going through simply because of the racism. Now, black people that have been coming out and also talking about this racism, but white people, they've never come out and listen the cries of the black people, because we know that this thing called racism, the people who brought this racism, it is not black people. The white people, that the one who created this racism, and they create this racism to use it as a tool to oppress black people, to divide them, to make them not becoming more successful. They've been using this racism just to oppress and not to make black people to become more successful in America. Now, this thing called racism, the people who can destroy it, it is them, because there's a woman who who she has been going around educating white people about racism. She's known as Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott, she came out and said that this thing called racism, the people who created this racism, it is white people, and something that a man created, he can destroy it. Something that a man created, he can destroy it. So these people, Jane Elliott, she has been coming out and calling these white people to destroy this thing called racism because of how it has been affecting black people, because of how it has been oppressing black people. But these people, they have never listened. But right now you can see it is like God is using these kids to send also a message to these white people, because you can see right now majority of white kids, they are coming out and also calling their own to stop all this racism, and also they are coming out and try also to educate them, because these white kids, they are not seeing anything bad with black people, because we know that these white kids, they don't have problem. It is because of how they've refused to learn this thing called racism, because we know that these white kids, they're being taught about racism with their own parents. And right now, majority of them, they're coming out and realize that no, our parents taught us bad thing. It is not supposed to be that way. So right now, they are also coming out and realize that no, how we are treating this other minority group, it is not the right way. We need to treat them as our own. They've come out and realized that it is only color, it is different, but we are the same. We are all human being. And that's why you can see majority of them, they're coming out standing up for the black people, and they are sending a strong message to their own people. Now kindly guys, you can also share your thoughts on the comment section. Let me know what do you think about how these white kids, they are now coming out sharing the experience with black people. We are seeing how also others, they are coming out and sending a message to their own about racism. Now guys, you can also share your thoughts on the comment section. Let me know what do you think on the comment section. I'll be reading it on my next one. And also, this is like a wake-up call to all white people. Now it is the time for them to wake up and also make sure that America, it has equality for all people, because what black people have been wanting in America, they've been just wanting equality to all people. They've been wanting justice to all people. That it is one thing that black Americans, they've been fighting for. That it is one thing that black Americans have been protesting on the street. What they want, it is just justice to all people and equal to all people. So guys, thank you so much. See you on my next one. Bye bye.